Previously on Star Trek Livingstone.
As you approach, you can see that the door to stellar cartography is already half open. And as you approach and peer inside, you see a young Starfleet engineer sitting at the controls. A star chart of known space flickers on the large spherical screen. But soon, the screen fills with static and then goes dark. You hear him bash a fist onto the console and says, "Almost had it that time," this engineer says to himself. And then he jolts and looks up, turns around and sees you in the doorway. And you look into the face of Eric Stollman as he says, "You made it! Boy, am I glad to see you!" You have made your way to stellar cartography, and there inside appears to be Eric Stollman, who you last saw being ejected from Starfleet for cheating on your Kobayashi Maru test. You do take in a few things as you see him, though. First of all, you can see an ensign rank on his collar. Also, just taking the briefest of moments, you realise actually it looks quite, not really heavy set, but where Eric is very, very skinny, he has a little bit more meat on his bones, and Eric's wild ginger hair seems to be somewhat tamer. Given it was quite a few years ago as well, he doesn't seem quite as old as you would have expected if you were to give that some thought. But he has turned to you and said, "You made it! Boy, am I glad to see you."
Eric, what on earth is going on here?
Yeah, does he have a reaction to seeing us?
He looks shocked when Elin refers to him as Eric and says, "I'm not Eric. I'm Derek."
Brother.
Oh no, he's not got a twin brother, has he?
But he's not.
Twin, but
As you look a bit more close, it's clearly not a twin. But there's a strong, really strong family resemblance. Do you know my brother?
do you cheat as well?
Oh, he looks really forlorn all of a sudden. It says,
Family secrets out.
So you've obviously met Eric. He's something of the black sheep of the... Look, this is hardly the time and place. We're in a bit of an emergency.
Do you have Eric's number?
Yes.
Ensign, get to the point.
Did you leave us the message in the shuttle bay?
I did, and I'm so glad you found it and spotted it and have come. I'm also the one who opened the shuttle bay door for you as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
I've been trying to manage things from in here, but obviously, like the Romulans have taken over, they've done so much damage to the computer systems.
Before we go further,
nightmare.
Does that door that we just came through close all the way?
You believe.
I mean, if we're going to be in, Commander, if we're going to be in here, we need to have this place secure.
Do you want to secure the room, Mr. Baron? That would probably be a good idea whilst we're in here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, you make the room as secure as you tactically think is wise.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you believe you can push the doors shut.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to attempt to do?
Oh God, I'm so sick of the door. Yes, I'm gonna shut the door. That should be an easy task.
Okay, give me a fitness and security check. Difficulty one.
Well, then it's got to be a 17 or beneath,
Wow.
and that's a 4, which is underneath my security and fitness. So that's 2 successes and a 14. So
Okay, brilliant. Well, yeah, you don't get any extra momentum because you're already at maximum. But yes, you managed to seal the doors with a very satisfying clunk. You feel that
did something right. I'm just gonna
relatively secure. You're getting the hang of the doors now. It's good.
That'll be your new focus, doors.
So how much do you know?
Well, we know that Romulans have boarded the ship. Obviously, we've met some of them, but all the computer systems in the captain's ready room and the bridge seem to be either damaged or rerouted. Have you moved any of the computer systems to here?
I've been trying to reroute stuff down, but I'm really struggling. So some Romulans over in main engineering, they've looked out the systems. I think. I mean, we can try and override them from here, but it's not going to be easy.
Davik would like to go up to the terminal and see what he can do.
It's worth noting as well, Commander. You wouldn't have noticed a Romulan vessel on your way here, obviously.
No, we scanned. There was nothing in the area. Where did they come from?
Well, it's not so much where they came from, but I mean, you must have been very, very curious to wonder why there's Romulans on board but no ship. So what happened after the Romulans beamed over? The ship was called away on a very urgent distress call. I've been trying to route where that distress call's been coming from. That's one of the reasons I thought stellar cartography might be quite useful. But I thought you ought to be aware of that, Commander.
Right. So the Romulans essentially are stranded on board this ship, almost as you are, but not as we are, because we've got a ship outside that we can't communicate with. Great.
Could that be a ploy, Commander? Just thinking worst case scenario.
That is true. Well, I'm sure that whatever Eric heard, new hench Eric heard.
Excuse
Derek.
me, but it's Derek. Yes.
Sorry, Derek.
Shut up, Derek.
Did you think I am Wesley?
It's been very difficult to call you anything else but Eric. The similarity is remarkable. I'm sure whatever you heard. Where did you hear? Actually, yes. Where did you hear this?
I was monitoring the communications at the time.
Their communications. Okay.
That's right.
Well, how are you monitoring their communications if all communications are down due to the subspace anomalies and all that?
They were having to transmit by a binumeral code pattern. Basically, it's like a message in text rather than speaking like we do. But they do it sort of on a numeric pattern that I was able to sort of infiltrate and get. Same way that I messaged you in the shuttle bay.
So the Romulans have figured out some way of getting through the subspace interference, though only to be able to communicate in text format.
Can you... Sorry, this is Davik might be able to answer this, but can you reverse that to talk to the Livingstone?
You would... Actually, Davik,
Hmm.
to know this, you'd have to spend a momentum.
Yeah, I was going to ask, Commander, if you feel like that's...
Let's burn momentum to get some more information here.
Okay. Yes. You know that, and so a couple of quick questions with Derek about how this text communication works. You know that the Livingstone would also have to be transmitting and receiving on the same frequency without setting it up physically. So basically, if someone went in the shuttle back to the Livingstone and set it up their end, then you can talk to each other. But just one side doing it, it's got to be set as transmitter and receiver, if that makes sense.
Right, okay. So I wouldn't be able to... So I would assume that I would know sort of what our normal frequency was, so I wouldn't be able to attune it to that on the hope that the captain would be trying to reach us.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
So yeah, so we can't do that. But you said about this, you were tracking the ship. That's what you were currently...
Well, I was trying to work out where they've gone. Now, I reckon I can do it from here, but we either need to bypass the lockout, which, like I say, is really difficult, or I reckon if we can reroute the power from engineering to stellar cartography. You probably saw as you approached, I was just about getting it there, and then the screen shut off because there's inadequate power. So I reckon one of those two ways should just about do it.
Okay.
Right. So we need to go to engineering, where there may be some more Romulans. There are definitely going to be Romulans in engineering. It's where the power source is.
How many Romulans, Commander? Would you ask Eric?
Derek.
Shut up, Derek. Would you ask Eric how many Romulans he's seen? Individual Romulans, not just as a whole. If you see one running by, I don't trust him because his brother's Eric.
Yeah. Have you been able to get user systems to figure out how many are still on board? Presumably they left at least some sort of prize crew on board this.
I haven't, I'm afraid, Commander. You can spend a momentum to try and ascertain how many Romulans you think it probably is, though.
No, well, I think we'll do that because that will take us.
Yeah,
we've got some to use. Let's get some information.
We know of 3.
Okay.
There's definitely 2 in a Jefferies tube somewhere.
Mm.
So you reckon that there is somewhere between 6 and 10 for this kind of mission, for the fact that they've been left by the ship. And you also know that, to overpower a ship, you're going to need more than 3 or 4. Yeah, you reckon?
Also, then you're also going to have to. Yeah, you also have to be split up as well. So you can't just sit as one big massive lump in one area. You'll have to. That's why we only came across 4 in a corridor. Right. So, Derek, it's going to be useful to you then if we get to engineering and manage to get you some more power, so you can figure out where that Romulan ship went.
Well, we can reroute power from here, I reckon.
Oh,
You think we can do that? Okay, that will save us a trip. Is there anything you need us to? Is there anything we can do to help out?
Buried the lead there, Eric, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I reckon. If you can help me sort of reroute the power, that should just about do it.
Okay, well, you're the engineer, Derek. You tell us what it is you need to do.
Well, sir, you have to bear in mind I'm only an ensign, and this was my first voyage. I'll do the best I can, but I'm definitely going to need some help.
Oh,
Right.
don't you worry, Derek. I am here.
And so yes, Davok to the rescue, definitely. Davok, can you assist Mr. Derek here? Because and also go steady on him, because I think he might be on the verge.
Right.
Before you do any other bits, is there just double check whether there's hollow emitters in engineering.
Would you like to spend a momentum to find out?
It's going to take us down to 2, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if the
I'm okay with that. I'm trying to keep track in my head.
More information. Yeah, everyone gets to. It's a group pool. Everyone gets to use from it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just trying to keep track.
There are hollow emitter, or there are holographic. A form of hollow emitter in stellar cartography. Sorry, in engineering.
No, engineering, yes.
In engineering, no, there are no hollow emitters in engineering. Because you spent a memento, I'm also happy to say that even if there were, with the power systems down the way they are, they would not be operational.
Yeah, basically, the ship's on like emergency batteries almost, isn't it?
So to clarify...
Needs a jump start.
We need a jump start, but we have to do that from engineering. We can't do it from here. It's not anything that Davik or Rawl or anyone can do from here. He wants to stay here, and he wants us to go to engineering. Is that correct?
Well, no. He currently he just wants your help.
He thinks he can jumpstart it from here?
No, in ascertaining where this Romulan ship's gone. Why it's been called away the way it has. Because it does strike you as really odd that it would be called away and leave people behind.
It would have to be quite urgent for them to leave a prize like a test-bed Federation starship behind, and just you'd think that they'd be towing it back with them as opposed to just leaving.
And if it's something that's worrying them, it's something that should worry us.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, you also know from talking to Derek that probably most of the remaining Romulans will be in engineering, because that's where everything's been routed to.
Yeah, but okay.
So do we move some power from engineering into stellar cartography here to help with this investigation? Are we able to do that? Davok, can you look at the set he's working on and see if you can figure out any way of getting more power to it? Because I think that's what he's lacking at the moment.
Yes.
Will they know where it's been moved?
I'm pretty certain the Romulans probably know there's someone on board if all the all the computer systems were routed from the bridge.
I realize that, Commander. I'm asking is, if we move it to stellar cartography, will they know that the power has been moved to stellar cartography? Because in which case, you're giving them a direct arrow to where we are, and Bosch, because I could use his gun, needs to hang out of this door because they're going to come here.
The main systems display in engineering will most likely show where power is being routed, if there is any power left, even if it's just like the battery power. So we're just basically supping the last drops of it into this room.
All right. Just to clarify then, if we do this, you are sending them here.
Mm-hmm.
That's your tactical
That is my tactical assessment. Yes, Captain.
And it's probably very wise.
Commander.
Davok, hearing this exchange, you would know that it is possible to disguise where the rerouting is taking place, to basically make it look like a false signal that it's being rerouted somewhere else. However, that will increase the difficulty of doing it.
So what I could do then is direct them, so make it look like the power is being directed to the opposite side of the ship to try and draw them away from engineering and split them up a little bit. That seems like a sensible way to proceed.
Good idea. Carry on, Mr. Davok.
Cool. What do I need for this then?
So, with the increased difficulty, in fact, do you know what? I'm going to make that no, I'm not going to make it a different roll. No, it's going to be increased difficulty. I'm going to need a reason and engineering roll. This is going to be now difficulty 4.
Oh,
Now, you have a
We need to buy some-
determination, right?
We probably need to, we need to probably buy some dice to get that pool up a bit higher. So you're rolling 2 already.
yeah.
We can buy an extra 1 into the pool for starters with a bit of momentum.
But
So-
you can also use your determination to roll a crit, right?
So before that, though, I do have a focus in computers. So would that assist me with this?
If you're using, I would say, well, it's GM's choice, but usually if you're using something to do with computers and sort of hacking systems, that would seem you'd be drawn to that.
Okay.
Computers will not help you in this instant.
That is fair. Okay, cool.
It's
so,
more engineering than computing.
No, I get you. Okay,
So
yes.
we've got 2 dice for starters. So if we buy another dice in with a point of momentum, we have 1 spare to do that
You
with.
certainly you currently have 3
Cool.
momentum.
Okay,
so
so
spend 1 for another dice.
Okay. Now we can buy more in. We can either, if we buy more with momentum, it's going to cost more. So our second momentum purchase costs 2 momentum, not 1. But we can buy another one by giving the games master 1 point of threat to buy 1 more dice. So his threat can go up, and we get another dice for it without burning our momentum.
There is also succeed at cost. Even if you fail a thing, you can still choose to succeed, but with a consequence of something bad happening.
The door opens up wide again.
All doors shut in Usher's face. So we've got 3 dice in the pot already. Do we want to add a 4th one? Because we have 2 successes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I could roll under my security and obtain 2. So can we add momentum when we need to, or do we have to do that all at the start?
At the point, what we do, how it works is you to build your dice pool to do the action. You spend stuff to get your dice, and then you roll
And
them.
then do it. Okay, so in that case,
Just so you're clear, Amy, you don't, because I'm not counting computers. Rolling under your security does not give you 2 successes.
okay.
Yeah.
But you
So
are
we
buying
have to-
another dice.
Oh,
for
engineering.
Which is, how many dice are we rolling total?
Should be 4 in there now.
Then we need 4 successes.
You do.
Yeah. So
Every
so
single
your
dice
target,
has to be a success.
Yeah, but that just needs to be under your target number. Which so you said it was
4.
reason and engineering.
Yeah, so 14.
14, yeah.
And engineering.
That's still really tough. Wait, I know it's already started, Stu, but before you say anything, if it fails, they're going to know we're here, right?
We'll have to find out. Depends how it fails.
Oh, that's a yes.
Sorry.
Got it. Bosch, if you wouldn't mind coming to this door and renting your phaser set to I don't care, we're going to need it soon, possibly.
I got 3 successes.
With 3 successes, you do manage to reroute power. However, you have not
Amy,
managed
so
to
good.
disguise where the power has been rerouted.
Couldn't quite do it, Commander.
Well, excellent work, Mr. Davok. As I expected,
Excellent
you did
work.
is not what you're expected to do, but you pulled it out of the bag as a Starfleet officer should.
Okay.
Yes.
And as you're
Good
in
work.
stellar cartography, which is a great big holographic spherical display around, the whole thing flickers and flutters into life as Ensign Stollman eagerly inputs the coordinates that he's been waiting to put in. The location lights up on the star chart, and Derek whistles in appreciation. Now that's unexpected, he says. The signal that the Romulan ship, which Derek tells you was called the Decius, the signal that the Decius received came from a Klingon armoured space station, Kortar. The station straddles the edge of the Klingon Empire and unexplored space.
So the Romulans vanished off in the direction of a Klingon space station.
Bosch, any ideas? Because I'm sure you know a guy. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. I don't think I know anyone at that station.
Well, no,
Gas
just
traders
the
or-
idea of why a Romulan ship would be urged off to Klingon station in the middle of nowhere, essentially.
You do
There-
not know anyone at that station, Bosh.
No, and they're still at peace, aren't they?
Yes. Yes.
As far as we know, but we haven't been getting news updates since we've been here.
No, I mean, they're not really ones for humanitarian effort, so I doubt that there's. Then I doubt they were. Well, they may have been answering a distress call, but not to help them.
They would do it to their own advantage, for their own advantage only. If it's a Romulans, I would suspect. But if it's a distress call, it's probably some Romulans attacking the space station and getting their backsides handed to them.
Awful lot of assumptions. Anyways,
We should hang around here too long.
Yeah.
No.
Ensign Eric, can you get us out of here now?
Derek, sir.
Derek.
Well, where do you suggest we go, sir? Like I say, I reckon the Romulans are in engineering, so if you're going to take back the ship, I reckon that's the place to go.
That's true, but they said the warp space. The captain's log said that this warp, the experimental drive, essentially had failed, and we've got a dead ship here full of Romulans. So we can either try and take out what remaining Romulans are left, or with the information that a Romulan team came and tried to steal a Federation vessel, get back to the Livingstone and set a course to try and hunt down this Romulan warbird and see where it's gone. And why.
We came in through the doors, didn't we?
You did.
Yeah, shuttle bay doors.
No. As in to this
Yes.
Astromet.
Yeah.
Stellar
Cartography.
cartography.
Yeah. Is Astrometrics in this as well, or is that some other franchise?
No, astrometrics is a thing, but it sort of feeds from stellar cartography.
Is there a Jefferies tube way out, or some kind of crawl space out of here?
Ooh, it's a good idea.
There is a Jefferies tube exit, but you know that for main engineering, you're going to have to go down quite a few levels.
Okay.
And the best bet, unless you want to take like a really long time over it, is going to be to climb down the turbo shaft.
Commander, permission to speak my mind.
Always, Mr. Baron. I value your tactical insight.
This is purely tactical, but the Romulans have nowhere to go. We know that the warp drive here does not work. We have not been able to update the captain with issues as to what's going on or where we now know that the Romulan ship has gone to and the possibility of going on there. They're stuck here on a derelict ship that is done. If we can get to our ship, to our shuttle, and make it back to our ship, we can discuss this while watching this ship and not having to worry about time or effort or anything. They can't do anything here. The bridge is ruined. So there's no point in fighting them currently. We'd just be wasting lives.
That was exactly my thinking. And so far, it seems we've found what appears to be the only surviving crew member of this ship. This now has become from an investigation into a recovery operation. The ship is recoverable, but not movable.
Yes.
And we have a survivor to rescue. So I think the correct course of action, whilst the brave course of action may well be to go charging into the engineering section with phasers drawn, that may well be bold, but the cautious and the correct action is to get Derek and what he knows and what we know back to the Livingstone and see what needs to be done from there. So I think, gentlemen, we'll head back to the shuttle as cautiously as possible.
Is there
Derek,
a way of...
Get your coat.
I didn't get an option to get a coat. No one asked me to get a coat.
Is there a way of going through the Jefferies tubes to get out and meet part way to the
shuttle?
Shuttle?
Yes, it's uncomfortable and it's cramped, But
That's just digging around Ferengi in general.
But I'm obviously a little shorter than everybody else. Sir, if you don't mind, I have if you want to head back to the shuttle bay, I will meet you there momentarily.
Where are you going, Mr. Bosch?
I'm going to seal the door and disable the comm panels in here, and then head to you via the Jefferies tubes.
Very well. I will commit that. Normally, I would prefer my away teams to stay together. However, if you could just look over Derek before we go and just see if there's anything that he needs. He has been potentially stuck here for a little while.
I just figured so. If we sealed this room, it might make them think we're still in here and waste time trying to get in.
We can.
That's a good. Is there anything that you can do to help him with that, Mr. Barham? If we get out,
absolutely. But I do believe that we could all head through Jefferies tube and make it halfway out if we need to. There's no point in.
I just thought it was a little small for trying to drag Derek.
He's perfectly capable of moving. Don't worry.
You'll
drag him all the way back to the shuttle. I'm hoping he's going to crawl himself.
I'll shoot you myself.
Yeah. So I'll give him a quick.
Derek, our doctor's just going to give you a quick cursory inspection just to make sure you're all right, as you have been here. How long have you been on this ship on your own?
Oh, it's been a few days. I don't know, really. I've lost track a little bit.
Okay, we'll get you back to the Livingstone and get you some rations, so you'll be okay soon. Just give him a once over, Doctor, and then we'll head off as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Stu, while Bosch is doing that, is there anything now we've got power to the machine? Am I still locked out, or is there anything else I can do with it?
You only have access to stellar cartography at present.
Okay.
Which attribute am I using?
Do you know, you're not, because you're just scanning in with the tricorder, which is a difficulty.
The faster we can do this, the better. They know where we are. So,
and he's a little bit dehydrated, not quite malnourished, but he could definitely do with a good meal. His electrolyte levels are quite low.
I'll give him a just to boost him a little.
That'll pick me up.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
But honestly, I'm fine. I'm ready to go. You could have just asked me.
Fantastic. Right. Have you got as much? Have you got all the astrometric, all the stellar information that you need regarding that ship's course?
Sorry, sir.
Derek, you've got.
Yes, I've downloaded it into my tricorder.
Fantastic. Davon, have you got anything you need from the ship's computer? Anything? Any other information you're interested in?
No, there's nothing else I can get from here.
Fantastic. Right, Mr. Barron, Mr. Bosch, let's get out of here and get that door sealed and head back towards the shuttle.
I'm going to take a couple of phaser shots into the consoles.
Yeah, do it. And as well as, is there any way, there's a manual thing on this side, is there any way to break that, basically break or melt with a phaser setting, the locking mechanism on the side of the door?
You know that a high-intensity phaser setting will basically weld the door. In fact, you can get the job done ever so slightly quicker with the Romulan disruptor.
I'm going to say, Commander, may I borrow that disruptor to weld the door shut, please?
Yes, you may. There you go, Mr. Barron. To make use of that. Careful.
As he grabs it, I'm going to weld the door to the door frame itself.
And Derek's just going to point out, are we going up through the Jefferies tube still?
Yeah, we're going to sneak out whichever direction is best to get back to the shuttle, which I think we came in through a Jefferies tube, so we'll probably be heading back out the same way.
Cool.
In which case, I'll weld the door shut, and I'll call out the roll before he goes in the tunnel. I'll toss the disruptor back to him.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll put your name on that one for when we get back to the ship.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. I've always been wanting one of those.
I know you have an interest in collectibles.
Wow.
Especially if Bosch can't get his hands on it first.
Okay.
I guess if we're going back in the Jefferies tube, how are we going to mend the line to deal with Derek?
Well, actually, we'll keep Derek between me. Actually, we'll go Mr. Baron first, then me. Then we'll have Derek behind me. Derek, you follow me. Bosch, you follow Derek, and Davok, you bring up the rear, please.
All right. I'll have my phaser out.
And off we go.
Okay, and you start crawling through the Jefferies tubes. Again, it's hot, it's uncomfortable, it's cramped, and you feel like you could do with a good stretch every now and then, but you keep on going until you get to the corridor. In fact, you're fairly sure that this was the Jefferies tube that the Romulans disappeared into, that you were fighting.
Shit. Not good.
You pop open the hatch, crawl your way out. I'm going to spend some threat because as you stick your head out, Lee, there is a disruptor blast next to it, and the Centurion and Ulan, who disappeared earlier, are standing in the corridor.
Let's do it. I got time.
Back to combat.
Let's take them out. Now we've been studying this in sort of holodeck simulations.
I'm gonna take.
Okay, and with the Romulans having fired at you, I'm going to say that the order should be the order that people are in the Jefferies tube.
Okay.
In the tunnel.
Yeah. For Eric, sorry, I've got me at it now. For Derek,
Shut up,
very
Eric.
similar. In all honesty, it's very similar, very easily confused.
He is being a lowly ensign. He will simply do whatever he is told by his commanding officers.
Good.
So, Lee Varon, what you gonna do?
How far away from me are they?
They are out of reach, but they are in the same area. So, you reckon
Out of reach of phasers, or are they long,
no.
medium, or short range?
Reach means you can physically reach out and touch them.
Yeah.
In the same
Close,
area means you can see
medium,
them.
long.
Yeah, close, medium, or far.
Yeah, they're medium.
Medium. In which case, I'll have to worry about disruptors. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm in a compromising position, just like on my belly and whatnot, I guess I can take aim and fire to make it easier, but can I spend a point of determination to actually crit one of these guys? Go ahead and give myself a success.
Actually, there is a cool thing you could do with your phaser as you're crawling along with it. You could take a minor action to set it to one of its charge settings.
So for the area?
Is the area effect. If these two are close enough together, then a successful hit does damage to both of them, and we basically whacked the two of them.
In which case, I'd be happy to.
But that's a minor action, so that's good to go.
They are in reach together. For what it's worth, where you are at the moment would probably be considered to be in cover, because you're presenting a smaller target.
Yeah, so you don't need to do anything to get any more cover.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that somebody can come out behind me. I don't want everybody's turn to be stuck in a tunnel.
You would have to get out of the Jefferies tube for someone else to be able to.
Which is what I'm thinking about. Because otherwise it's, again, two people against me, and everybody else in the Jefferies tube is just like, what do I do? So I'm going to leave the Jefferies tube. I'm going to get out of the tunnel.
Out. Are you moving right up next to them, or are you just getting out of the Jefferies tube?
I'm just going to get out of the Jefferies tube and stay relatively close. That way I can be a neat shield for everybody else.
Okay.
And get cover behind me. I assume there's no cover around us, so I can't really move to that if I'm also leaving room.
Getting out of the Jefferies tube means you can't take cover.
Okay. In which case,
Because that's your minor
Is that a
action.
minor action to
That is
move?
your minor action.
No,
Okay,
you can spend
can I-
momentum to do another minor action, which would be to set.
No, you can't, because there aren't
No
any
momentum.
momentum
We don't have-
left.
Yeah, exactly. So
No.
I'm going to spend a point of determination to get, and that has to be based off of values, right?
You've got to link it
Which-
to a value to use it. Yeah.
Well, I have seen too much to be surprised, which this would be super surprising. Getting out of Jefferies' tube and getting fired at, or I don't believe in a no-win situation, which I'm on my belly getting fired at by 2 people crawling out. So either one of those I feel like would work. But that's
I'll
up to
let
the
the
GM.
scene too much to not be surprised apply here. This wouldn't count as a no-win situation.
Okay, that's fair.
Really?
You're damn right it wouldn't. It's me against 2
So-
people. I'm gonna win.
So basically, it scored you on the attempt dice a 1 for starters, which is 2 successes. So that's enough
Okay.
to hit him. So your remaining 2 dice are just extra momentum, hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm going to, if I'm moving across the room, I'm going to run, like get up, run, slam my shoulder into the thing, and then take a fire with my phaser from medium range.
Okay, give me your attack roll, please.
What am I rolling?
Control and security, this one.
Control and security. Well,
Yes,
it's,
control and security.
okay. Speed. Oh.
Which are you firing at, the Centurion or the Ulan?
Oh, the Centurion. Absolutely. We're going to take out the bad mother first.
Okay.
I got a 2. And I was supposed to get a 13. So I don't know. That would be momentum, I guess. Because that's
So
under.
was that just from the 1 dice?
Yeah, that was my first die.
Okay, so roll another
Oh,
one.
shit. I forgot I have a second one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you bought 1, you still get 2 to roll.
That's another success. It's a 12. It's 8 and 5, so it'd be 13. So I got a 12. So I think that's an also success, but the 2 would.
The
I don't
2
know,
counts
but
as 2 successes if it's less than your security.
it definitely is. My security is
Okay,
5.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 successes.
Got our momentum back.
Yay.
2 causes the shot to hit, and we get 3 momentum.
You do indeed.
All right.
Right.
Wow. So now you roll the so you hit, and now you just roll the
3
effect
damage
dice.
dice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So D6.
It's your phases. It's 3 plus your security score.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so 8. Hang on. I have a dice roll on my phone. I'm just going to roll that because I only currently have 1d6 with me. I'm happy to roll it. It's just going to take a little bit if we're running on time. Give me a second.
So just to while you're doing that, just to remind with the damage dice, 1s and 2s count as that amount of damage. 3s and 4s count as 0. 5s and 6 count as 1 plus a thingy.
An effect. Yeah.
An effect.
Should we have set our phases
If-
to anything, which we haven't because we didn't have
which I haven't.
momentum to do it.
So 1s and 2s and 5s and 6 are single damage?
No, 2s are 2 damage.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to...
5s and 6s are 1.
1s, 5s, and 6s are... So I'm rolling 5 plus... My security score is 5, and it's 3 extra.
Yeah, so if your security is 5 and you're using a Type 2 phaser, that's 8 dice, or 8 challenge dice you roll, 8 d6s.
Holy shit. Hang on. It's 1, 6, 6, 2, 0. Yeah.
What did you roll up?
So it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 6 damage.
6 damage, and you were set to stun, weren't you?
We were set to stun because I listened to my commanding officer and I don't want to be kicked out of Starfleet.
Okay. And the Romulan Centurion collapses to the
Rumples.
floor.
Shot. Whap.
We are round to the Ulan, who is going to aim his disruptor
Oh.
at you, Lee. You're going to see him pushing a button on it.
Which is to microwave.
Set it to indigestion setting.
This is set to sludge.
So this is control. Okay. So gets one success. It's 2 successes required to hit, isn't it?
Yeah, for ranged combat. Yeah.
He aims and it just flies over your shoulder. You feel the heat from this disruptor beam as he just misses you. Commander Rahl.
All right, I will be right back now.
Okay.
Now he's jumped out of the Jefferies tube.
Yeah.
So I'm right behind him. So as my minor action, I think I will also jump down out of the Jefferies tube.
Okay.
So basically, I jump down opposite side of the corridor to Lee.
Okay.
And okay, I'm going to spend 1 point of momentum to take an additional minor action and actually aim at the Ulan properly.
Okay. What does aim do?
That allows a reroll a single d20 made on the attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot at him, and that's going to be control and security task, difficulty 2. Control and security is 13. So I need less than 13 on 2 dice, and security is 3. So anything less than that gets me 2 successes.
Only if you're using if you've got a relevant focus.
Oh right, no, I don't have a relevant focus on that one. But I have rolled a 6 and an 11 for 2 successes.
Yes. So you hit him. So roll your 3d6 plus
security. So it's 6. It's a 6. I'll be rolling up for that one.
6d6.
Okay, we've got a 1, a 2, a 5, and a 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
5 damage, and this was at the Ulan.
Yes.
Wasn't it? Again on stun setting with 5 damage. He also collapses to the floor.
Whoa,
and
nice.
that's where we leave it for this evening.
Ah!
Yay!